There, welcome back to my channel. So on today's little video, I thought I'd do a little size comparison between the Vindicator. Come on, camera, stay still. And the new super heavy tank that I've recently purchased. So let me move some stuff out of the way. I thought I would start off by showing you the actual Glaive hull itself. So where's... Okay, that's the inner side. So they've actually had to split it up into these sections here, which just goes to show how big this tank will be. I mean, if this isn't enough to show you how big it'll be, let me get out one of the side skirts of the tank. There we go. That is very nearly the length from my elbow down to my wrist. That's nearly the entire length of that section of my arm. This is a gigantic vehicle. And rightly so, really. So let me put that back over here. So yeah, we've got these two sections here, okay, for the Glaive. And this here is for any Rhino chassis. Vindicator, Predator, Rhino, Razorback. That is for those tanks. The Whirlwind as well, how should I forget? These two, this one and this one, are for fell blades, glaives, any super heavy bane blades in the 40k game. Yeah, it is gigantic. And also the fact that, I mean, a better way to describe it is the side skirt of the tank. Where is it? I put it away. Is also it's just a little short. Let me hold it in a better position than this Imperial Knight's box that it was transported in. So see that? It's about 2 inches short of the Imperial Knight's box coming, and that's not the depth of the box. That's along there. So yeah, it is, to say it's a giant of a tank is an understatement. If you want another comparison, this is the driver's hatch there. Some guns are mounted there, and this will sit on the front of the tank. Not quite at an angle, but it will sit on the front of the tank. So that's where the driver's viewing everything. Or maybe, so it's got that view slit there and that one there. So that's all they've got to view where they're shooting the guns. And they're nice and small, I'll give them that. They're not giant vision slits, but they're still there. So that's what they have to view through. And then in the Vindicator, they have a full 360 out of that hatch there. They do have little sensors beside the hatch, but they look far too fixed to be of any use inside the tank. Good for looking forwards maybe, but you can't scan around beside you to see anyone coming up beside you with that. So yeah, that is the differences between the front plates on the two respective tanks. And that's all I'll talk about for those two tanks, because I showed you this box in my last video and nobody had a guess as to who it is. Well, I've now got another box, a brother of the Primarchs. So in this box is the 19th Legion, and in this box is the 10th. Yes, I have Iron Hand himself, Ferrus Manus, and Corvus Corax. So, who do I assemble first? The Lord of Shadow or the Lord of Iron? Sorry, not the Lord of Iron. The Iron Father himself. Both of these kits are completely new in box, never been touched. I mean, that's Ferrus's base alone. That's the scenic base for him. And Corax's, let me actually Corax's scenic base is hidden in the bottom layer in this one. Nice. Ooh. Corax, you are going to be an interesting one to assemble, my brother. So yeah, we got one part of the scenic base. It's got some capes on it that I'll have to cut off. There's another one there. So you can see how it's going to go together. That is a nice little pillar. Almost makes me wish they'd done Sanguinius better, having seen this. Why do I say that? Because you look at the Sanguinius and they charge you extra. I kid you not, get charged extra for something that should be standard issue. So they decided, oh, we'll charge you extra for the scenic base. Yeah, I buy any other Primarch, I get a scenic base with them. Any other Primarch. Okay, Lionel Johnson's not out just yet, but I can see it when if I was to buy Lionel Johnson, which I probably would be, knowing me, because I like the Dark Angels, pre-heresy and during the heresy. So yeah, I might get Lionel Johnson at some point. If not just, I mean, I've got Vulcan, I've got Corax, I've got Ferrus. Lion will be a nice addition to the quartet, to be fair. And all these Primarchs, I'm sure you'll agree, aside from Vulcan has the humanitarianism, Ferrus has logic and well, it wasn't renowned for his logic, but not as much as Bruce Gulliman was. But he was still a logical man, and he would go, right, to get this, I need to do this, so therefore I will do that. Korax strikes through his shadows. Decapitation strikes a very good rite of war with him, especially if you're to go, dare I say, fluffy. Excuse me. Korax and some solar auxilia would actually go really well together. There's the rite of war for the Raven Guard, Liberation Strike. And so long as you have Korax as the primary detachment, so Korax is in your primary army, you would get all these extra bonuses for the Solar Auxilia who were fighting alongside him to liberate that one planet. I mean, this is a guy who sent his tech marines to attach reflex shields instead of void shields to a Titan to help take a world from Horus. Let's think in. He used reflex shield technology to cover a Titan, to move it into position, to fire upon a capital on the world, to make a point to the inhabitants of the world, and then ask the Titan to turn around and walk away because his job was done. Yeah, Korax thinks outside the box. He sees what's available, he takes what's available, and then if he can make it better to suit his purpose better, he will do. Ferrus and Fulgrim had an epic duel in the lore for the 30k in Horus Heresy, and the models are rammed incorrectly, ironically enough. Ferrus used Fireblade, a sword, when he duelled his brother, and Fulgrim reclaimed Forgebreaker when he wounded Ferrus. So, Forgebreaker was being used, I believe, on Istvan at the drop site massacre. And Fireblade was the weapon of choice that Ferrus was wielding at that time, because, well, he made it. He broke Fireblade in this duel against his brother to drive home the point that as he made the sword, he could also destroy it with impunity as well. So he knew the weaknesses of that sword better than even Fulgrim did, because he was the blacksmith. But yeah, they had an epic duel in the audio books and in the actual books that you read, and yet in the models, Ferrus is wielding Forgebreaker and Fulgrim is wielding the Layer Blade, which yes, he would occasionally leave his flagship with the Layer Blade, but that would be more on his own campaigns, not... I guess I just don't understand why they're armed the way they're armed, because Ferris drew attached to Forgebreaker. He certainly liked the heft and the weight and the swing of the hammer. So yeah, I can see why they've modelled him with Forgebreaker. It just doesn't seem right in the lore sense, because now he's actually meant to be wielding Fireblade, not Forgebreaker. Anyway, that's just a little detour for me. So yeah, those are my recent purchases. I have been painting, but I've not been painting. I've painted some Pyroclasts up in black green. I'm going to dark green soon. The reason I've done that is the salamanders of the 40k universe are a real bright green, and they're almost like a really bright, almost bleached mint type green. They just don't look right. They're too highlighted for me. So the ones I'm painting, I'm doing in a darker, nearly Dark Angels type look to them. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. And I will paint up some more models soon. I will let you all know how it's going on. I am still around making videos. Sometimes I get back from work and just don't want to make videos, and other times I don't want to even do any painting. So 6 and 2 please. I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you on next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.